Guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Neelajri Mukherjee and I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. I'm based out of Mississauga here in Canada. I'm also the founder and CEO of Nuvonation Immigration Consulting. So if your Canadian visitor visa is refused and if you're planning to reapply, it may be a good idea to not to do that instantly without really understanding the underneath reasons behind the refusal, because what you see on the rejection letter is just a standard copy pasted template. That's nothing more than that. The real way to get to know the reasons for the refusal is to apply for GCMS notes. But the unfortunate part is that if you apply for a GCMS note today, it is going to take at least 3 months for it to get hold of the note, and then you obviously need maybe a couple of weeks to prepare another application, right? So if your application has been refused, it may be a good idea to come for a consultation for me to see what really has gone wrong and how to make things right if at all possible. But it is also important for me to see why have you applied for a visitor visa. Because 9 out of 10 times clients do not come to Canada just to see Niagara Falls. Regardless of whatever you write on the SOP, that's not really the real reason, right? You're coming to Canada 9 out of 10 times again, maybe for some other reason. Maybe you want to meet some employer. Maybe you are almost certain of a job offer and the interview is just one final interview is pending. Maybe you want to see a couple of colleges in person before you apply for your study permit, or maybe you want to experience the country in person before you apply for your PR. So if you have a subsequent next step already in mind, it may be a good idea to just not to jump on reapplying the visitor visa, because getting a visitor visa these days it's very, very difficult. For parents it's a different situation, but other than that it's really very difficult to get a visitor visa. So if you have any subsequent steps in mind, it may be a good idea to think about those steps rather than applying for the visitor visa, because the more and more number of rejections you have on your file, the more difficult it becomes to get another temporary status in Canada in the future. So if you're applying for a study permit in the future, and if you have had multiple rejections on your visitor visa, your potential study permit application will get negatively impacted. So do not make that mistakes. The same thing is applicable for when you apply for visitor visa for other countries as well, the countries with which Canada has some kind of an information sharing. Examples will be Australia, New Zealand, UK, and the US for the most part, right? So if you have ever faced a rejection, do not jump on to reapplying without without knowing the underlying reasons. If you have any subsequent next steps in mind as far as Canada is concerned, I hope this helps. If you need me to assist you with your application, if you need me to see what has really gone wrong in that application to be able to guide you in the right direction, book a consultation directly through our website. Shall be more than happy to speak with you to see what could be done. Hope this helps. See you guys in the next one. Bye. Cheers.